Kappa. Kappa is an amphibious kami found in traditional Japanese folklore. They are typically depicted as green, human-like beings with webbed hands and feet and a turtle-like carapace on their back. The Kappa are known to favor cucumbers and love to engage in sumo wrestling. They are often accused of assaulting humans in water and removing a mythical organ called the shirikodama from their victim's anus. Terminology. The name Kappa is a contraction of the words kawa, river, and wappa, a variant form of warawa, also war-ape child. Another translation of Kappa is water sprites. The Kappa are also known regionally by at least 80 other names such as Kawapa, Kawako, Kawataro, Kawapa, Kogo, Sudan. Its names Kawaso meaning otter, Dangame soft-shelled turtle, and Enko monkey suggest its outward resemblance to these animals. The name Kamahiki or steed puller alludes to its reputed penchant to drag away horses. The Kappa has been known as Kawako in Izumo, Shimane Prefecture, where Lafcadio Hearn was based free, and Gotaro was the familiar name of it to folklorist Kunio Yanagita from Hyogo Prefecture. Appearance. Kappa are said to be roughly humanoid in form and about the size of a child, inhabiting the ponds and rivers of Japan. Clumsy on land, they are at home in the water, and thrive during the warm months. They are typically greenish in color, or yellow-blue, either scaly or slimy skin, with webbed hands and feet, and a turtle-like carapace on their back. Inhuman traits include 3 anuses that allow them to pass 3 times as much gas as humans. Despite their small stature, they are physically stronger than a grown man. The Kappa are sometimes said to smell like fish, and they can swim like them. According to some accounts, Kappa's arms are connected to each other through the torso and can slide from one side to the other. While they are primarily water creatures, they do on occasion venture onto land. When they do, the dish on their head can be covered with a metal cap for protection. A hairy Kappa is called a hyasu. Behavior. Kappa are usually seen as mischievous troublemakers or trickster figures. Their actions range from the comparatively minor, such as looking up women's kimono if they venture too near to water, to the outright malevolent, such as drowning people and animals, kidnapping children, raping women, and at times eating human flesh. Though sometimes menacing, it may also behave amicably towards humans. While younger Kappa are frequently found in family groups, adult Kappa live solitary lives. However, it is common for Kappa to befriend other yokai and sometimes even people. Cucumber. Folk beliefs claim the cucumber is their traditional favorite meal. At festivals, offerings of cucumber are frequently made to the Kappa. Sometimes the Kappa is said to have other favorite foods, such as the Japanese eggplant, soba, buckwheat noodles, natto, fermented soybeans, or kabocha. In Edo Old Tokyo, there used to be a tradition where people would write the names of their family members on cucumbers and send them afloat into the streams to mollify the Kappa, to prevent the family from coming to harm in the streams. In some regions it was customary to eat cucumbers before swimming as protection, but in others it was believed that this act would guarantee an attack. A cucumber-filled sushi roll is known as kappamaki, as a menace. As water monsters, Kappa have been blamed for drownings, and are often said to try to lure people into water and pull them in with their great skill at wrestling. They are sometimes said to take their victims for the purpose of drinking their blood, eating their livers, or gaining power by taking their shirikodama, a mythical ball said to contain the soul, which is located inside the anus. Kappa have been used to warn children of the dangers lurking in rivers and lakes, as Kappa have been often said to try to lure people to water and pull them in. Even today, signs warning about Kappa appear by bodies of water in some Japanese towns and villages. Citation needed. Danger. Do not swim or play around here. A Kappa is depicted as a metaphor of drowning on a sign near a pond in Fukuoka. Kappa are also said to victimize animals, especially horses and cows. The motif of the Kappa trying to drown a horse is found all over Japan. Lafcadio Hearn wrote of a story in Kawachimura near Matsue where a horse stealing Kappa was captured and made to write a sworn statement vowing never to harm people again. In many versions the Kappa is dragged by the horse to the stable where it is most vulnerable, and it is there it is forced to submit a writ of promise not to misbehave. Defeating the Kappa. It was believed that there were a few means of escape if one was confronted with a Kappa. Kappa are obsessed with politeness, so if a person makes a deep bow, it will return the gesture. This results in the Kappa spilling the water held in the dish, sera, on its head, rendering it unable to leave the bowing position until the plate is refilled with water from the river in which it lives. If a person refills it, the Kappa will serve that person for all eternity. A similar weakness of the Kappa involves its arms, which can easily be pulled from its body. If an arm is detached, the Kappa will perform favors or share knowledge in exchange for its return. Another method of defeat involves shogi or sumo wrestling, A Kappa sometimes challenges a human being to wrestle or engage in other tests of skill. This tendency is easily used to encourage the Kappa to spill the water from its sera. One notable example of this method is the folktale of a farmer who promises his daughter's hand in marriage to a Kappa in return for the creature irrigating his land. The farmer's daughter challenges the Kappa to submerge several gourds in water. When the Kappa fails in its task, it retreats, saving the farmer's daughter from the marriage. Kappa have also been driven away by their aversion to iron, sesame, or ginger. Good deeds. Kappa are not entirely antagonistic to human beings. Once befriended, Kappa may perform any number of tasks for human beings, such as helping farmers irrigate their land. Sometimes they bring fresh fish, which is regarded as a mark of good fortune for the family that receives it. They are also highly knowledgeable about medicine, and legend states that they taught the art of bone setting to human beings. There are also legends that Kappa will save a friendly human from drowning. Regional variations. Along with the Oni and the Tengu, the Kappa is among the best-known yokai in Japan. The Kappa is known by various names of the creature vary by region and local folklore. In Shinto, they are often considered to be an avatar, Keshin, of the water deity or Suijin. Shrines are dedicated to the worship of Kappa as water deity in such places as Aomori Prefecture or Miyagi Prefecture. There were also festivals meant to placate the Kappa in order to obtain a good harvest, some of which still take place today. These festivals generally took place during the 2 equinoxes of the year, when the Kappa are said to travel from the rivers to the mountains and vice versa. Cross-culture lore. Similar folklore can be found in Asia and Europe. The Japanese folklore creature Kappa is known in Chinese folklore as shuigui, water ghost or water monkey, and may also be related to the Kelpie of Scotland and the Neck of Scandinavia. Citation needed. Like the Japanese description of the beast, in Chinese and in Scandinavian lore this beast is infamous for kidnapping and drowning people as well as horses. The Siokoi of the Philippine Islands is also known for kidnapping children by the water's edge. A frog-faced Vadianoi is known in Slavic mythology. A green human-like being named a Vodnik is widely known in Western Slavic folklore and tales, especially in the Czech Republic or Slovakia. In German mythology, a similar creature is known as Wassermann Nix or Nickel. They have been mentioned in connection with the larger rivers Elbe and Saale in the eastern part of Germany, but they are most widely connected to Lusatia in southeast Germany. This is not entirely surprising, as the area is not only close to Poland and Czech Republic, but also home to the Slavic minority of the Sorbs. The best-known place where it has been claimed Kappa reside is in the Kappabuchi-ja waters of Tono in the Iwate Prefecture. The nearby Jokunji-ja in Tono, there is a Buddhist temple that has Koma Inu dog statues with depressions on their heads reminiscent of the water-retaining dish on the Kappa's heads, said to be dedicated to the Kappa, which according to legend helped extinguish a fire at the temple. The Kappa is also venerated at the Sajinji Buddhist temple in the Asakusa district of Tokyo, where according to tradition, a mummified arm of a Kappa is enshrined within the chapel hall since 1818. Citation needed. In his Tono Monogatari, Kunyo Yanagita records a number of beliefs from the Tono area about women being accosted and even impregnated by Kappa. Their offspring were said to be repulsive to behold, and were generally buried.